There have been multiple moments that are nearly unforgettable already this season for the Indiana Pacers. You remember nembhard's last-second shot over LeBron to sink the Lakers? You can't forget about the game against the Warriors where Isaiah Jackson had endless alley-oop slams. And we all are witnessing the incredible hot start of Bennedict Mathurin. But there's some sense around Indiana that they maybe should go for it. Perhaps the ceiling is higher than we all thought. And the Pacers, they shouldn't aim for another high draft pick. But the real question is, can they win a championship this year? Because there's multiple signs that the Indiana Pacers are still relatively weak in comparison to much of the NBA. One quick look at the league statistics, that'll show you they struggle in many areas. But in terms of the Pacers offense, they're currently 17th in the league in offensive rating. And yes, they are top 5 for pace, but they have one of the highest turnover percentages at ranking 22nd. There's not really a particular area where they stand out. And in terms of the Pacers defense, they're currently sitting at 19th in the league in defensive rating. Their rebounding on defense is an atrocious at 28th in the league. They're also fouling at a relatively high rate, leading to an almost league worst 23.8% free throw per field goal attempted rate for their opponents. You could actually make the argument that perhaps the Pacers have just had a rough schedule and they'll eventually regress to the mean, where many of these numbers might start to look actually better. But let me here to tell you, the Pacers are 30th in strength of schedule, meaning it's only going to get harder from the team moving forward. Look, I know it's fun, I know it's exciting, and it's great to be a Pacers fan again, but we have to be realistic. Now, I'm not saying that the negativity is overshadowing the positive, because I know just we all want to believe that the team is a top tier and ready to contend. We've waited so long for this moment, but we have to do this right. We can't skip a step, we can't add a piece, we have to continue to work the solution in the proper steps. Look, there's one consistent area of need for the Indiana Pacers, and that's at the forward position. Because for years, the franchise, we've struggled to lock up the forward rotation with players that are more than just low-end rotation pieces. Also, Jalen Smith, he hasn't looked to be the answer long-term at the forward spot. So lucky for us, there's currently a small forward in New York City. My guy Cam Reddish, he appears to be primed and ready, big dog, to move to a new team. For multiple games now, Cam has been in a healthy scratch for the New York Knicks. It appears that Reddish maybe is wanting to be traded, and that the Knicks are kind of willing to potentially oblige to that demand. Now, as I'm doing the video, the Pacers finished up their game with the Golden State Warriors. They won 125-119. Now, I kind of think we all fully expected this to happen. They were without Clay. They also didn't have Steph Curry, who ended up leaving earlier in the game, even though my man dropped 38, 7-7, and shot 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. So I think the Pacers, the barometer that they need to judge themselves is with the numbers. Again, like we talked about before, the rebounding. The Warriors destroyed them 56-41 total rebounds. Now, they matched them in three-point percentage at 42 and 41%. Field goal percentage, the Pacers edged them out at 50.6. But as a team, they had only 30 assists, 10 steals, 8 blocks. The turnovers, they ended up winning that turnover margin tonight, with only having 17 to the Golden State Warriors 23. All in all, it was a pretty quiet night for everyone not named Tyrese Haliburton and Bennedict Mathurin. Mathurin had 24 points, 6 boards, 3 dimes, going 8 of 14 from the field and 4 from 7 from beyond the arc. Haliburton added 29 points, 4 boards, and 6 dimes. The guys like Buddy Hield, he shot 6 of 12 from the field, which is good to see. 17 points, 5 boards, 1 dime. But again, we're talking about the rebounding discrepancy. So when Reddish was with Atlanta, he was averaging double-figure points on 38% three-throw point shooting. Additionally, Cam has the length and athleticism to be a decent defender. In Atlanta, he consistently had positive defensive win share. So at a minimum, he isn't a liability on defense. So let's take a look at what a potential trade with Cam Reddish to the Indiana Pacers could actually look like. I'm going to put the trade up on the screen right now. Now you can see the Pacers getting Cam Reddish, Emmanuel Quickly. The Knicks, they get Goga Batez, Terry Taylor, and a 2023 first-round pick that came from Boston. Now the Knicks, they're going to get some much-needed draft capital. The worst first-round pick of the Pacers' 3 picks next year, as well as a unique player in Terry Taylor. Additionally, they get an unproven center in Goga Batez that, for the Pacers this year, has struggled to find his timing in Indiana. To the Pacers side of the ball, they get 2 upside players, both of which have floors as rotational players.
It's a great rim protecting team. Can you have more balance?
And the ability to improve.
Cycling around for Poole. Better look for Steph. And he drops it in the basement. Before last time we saw this Pacers team, they had the best first quarter. As they get a deflection here, Warriors retain the possession. They had the best first quarter they've ever had
It makes sense.
Bench scoring. So can you have guys off the bench bring the energy like Kuminga and impact the game?
Buddy Hield's been playing very well as of late. His bottoms
get discouraged from going to the rim, though.
You might get tired watching these guys go up and down tonight, though. See the pacing as Myles turns, so bodies in front of Steph Curry. Then Steph gets it back and bottoms the three, and he's fouled. That's why I was going to say, we'll go somewhere better. Draymond finding Jordan Poole. Very exciting rookie. Bennedict Mathurin has checked in. He can be a lethal scorer in transition. Haliburton on a reload three. He missed all three-point shooter. Steph the snake dribble. The shot blocker Turner couldn't get to him. Waiting for Poole, gathering and finishing. Perfect.
I appreciate all y'all's support.
And then Turner running the floor. That all's all. She comes up with it. Poole fought over that screen.